It's the rock star, Mr. Rock Lokester in the building, man, aka Muhammad Speaks, man. Today I'm gonna talk about one that I've been really wanting to talk about, man. Why I never went back to being Muslim in a penitentiary, right? It's kind of crazy. It was two defining moments early on in my incarceration. This is when I was on Beta 1 unit. That basically defined who I was going to be and what I was going to be in the penitentiary, right? Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. It don't cost y'all nothing, but it do me something, man. It gets me up in that algorithm, man. Y'all make sure y'all get subscribed up too. So, everybody know my last name Muhammad, right? So when they do mail call or, lay-ins, whatever, they're going to say my name, my last name, Muhammad, right? So Muslims in the penitentiary, when they heard my name, Muhammad, immediately, they're going to come holler at me, right? So everybody start finding out that, hey, he Muslim. That's how they came to me. But, I always made it understood off the rip. Hey, my family Muslim, man, I'm a gang member, But still, just the fact still that they still gonna come at you, right? So I had a lot of cool brothers, that was Muslim, right? And one day I let them talk me into going down to Juma, right? I let them talk me into going down to Juma. So I go down there to Juma. So we in there, it's two brothers, they're trying to be coordinators, right? So they take me in this little room and they talking to me. One of the brothers, he telling me, yo, I follow, the teachers of the Lost Tribe of Shabazz, whatever. The other, that brother name actually was Rashid. There was another brother by the name, I think his name was Malik. Was it Abdul? Something. He missing a finger. Anyway, both of the brothers telling me, they following the teachings of the messenger, right? Which is what I grew up on, the teachings of the messenger, right? So, they talking to me, when we chopping it up, and, they both know who my dad is, So that's another story. So we sitting there, we chopping it up, and, we, just spitting knowledge back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And they made it like it was just all good, right? The next thing I know, we go out there, they go out there to go have a service, whatever. We go out there. Them same brothers get up there and just start bashing the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? So I'm like, dang, did they just invite me down here just to get down dirty like that? Now, I don't know. There's politics in this, right? Okay? This is politics that's going on right now. I don't know this. I'm fresh in the system, right? Only been here a few months. I'm fresh in the system. I don't know, all the politics. I'm learning, I'm on the fly. So, and they just bashing the teachings of the messenger, right? And they just talking down. And so I'm like, I know these fools just didn't call me down here and playing with me like this. So, I get up and I walk out. I ain't gonna sit here and go through that. I mean, I can't do nothing because, they're gonna hug you up in there. You gonna get hugged out. So, no, I just get up and walk out. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to this. So I get up, I leave, I go back to the block. Later on, the brothers approach me on the block and they talk to me. I'm like, look, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all or to do, nothing to deal with y'all. So they explained to me, right, that both these brothers that spoke that day, they're trying to be coordinators. So the thing is, for you to be a coordinator, you have to be like al-Islam or say you're a Sunni or a Shiite, but there's no way that you can be or follow the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad and hold any position whatsoever in the Ummah, right? Okay, so you know what that tells me, right? That telling me that you are inferior if you follow the teachings of the messenger. Yeah, you are brother, whatever, but you can never hold no position of authority. You can only be told what to do. You can't tell nobody what to do, all of that. So I would never, ever be a part of anything where I am immediately inferior. And not only are you inferior, there is no way that you can move up, right? So they explaining all this to me, like, this how it is down there, and they like, look down on the ditch. So I'm like, you know what? I mean, I never was intending to anyway, but that kind of like pushed me away a little bit. So the second thing that happened, we had a little mini riot on the block, right? It was a little mini riot on the block. And it was a little mini riot on the block, right? And like I said, at this time, the penitentiary was in its transformation stage where it was changing. It was changing from all the city stuff to gangbang stuff. But at this time, the city stuff was still real tough, right? And so there was a 6-0 out of Houston. He was 6-0. He was from Houston, right? And there's a group of 6-0s on the block, and there's a group of other people. So at this time, when everything is going about, like, we all in different little groups. Like them little group of Crips, I never even spoke to them. I didn't like them. I didn't like them because it was a Crip from from Santa Barbara or whatever. And like all the Crips that was over there, well, a lot of them were just like up his ass, right? And they would be over there and they would be less like, hanging up under him, like, riding, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't like them fools, right? So anyway, I had another little clique that I messed with, right? And we didn't mess with them at all, right? So anyway, like I was saying, it was a Crip out of Houston. He did something. He was 6-0. He did something, right? So they put out a hit on him, right? And they got him. So he tell the dudes from Houston that, this certain group of Crips put a hit out on him. But you a Crip. But see, that was the game then, right? Like a lot of them want to be Crip, but they want to be city. That was the thing then. So what happened was the Houston dudes on the block got together. They didn't say nothing. And they turned around and they caught them over there in that corner over there, and they jumped on them. It was a little squabbling, but by the time everybody can like, what the hell going on? You know what I'm saying? The laws was on the scene. They was on the scene. Boom. Busted up, right? So it was a couple Muslim brothers involved in that was from Houston, right? So the Muslim brothers was telling me, because now we gonna retaliate. So, but the Muslim brother was like, yo, man, we really wish you wouldn't get involved in that, brother. We had a couple of brothers involved in it. We don't want nothing to happen to them. And one of them brothers, cool brother. I like that brother too, man. But they telling me this, right? But then you got Muslim brothers that just got involved in a riot with some Crips. Behind the Crip, the Houston, like That's weird. That was a knock for a long time about gang members from Houston, right? Uh, and I don't know, niggas might not like it, but that's just the facts. In the early 90s, it was a knock on gang members from Houston because they were more likely to side with a city than Crippin'. Until that next wave came in. Shout out Ballhead, shout out Soto, shout out my boy DeLeon, shout out man, it's a whole bunch of them, man. That group came in there, boy, wasn't trying to hear nothing. But then at that time where the transformation was, like the Crips out of Houston, they would choose the city and their neighborhood, or Bloods too. Both of them. They would do that. So it was a knock. So this whole riot was behind a Crip that was supposed to be from Houston that he violated and got a hit put on him. Then he go back and tell the Houston, that the Crips put a hit on him. Well, this certain group, who it was that put a hit on him, and then the dudes from Houston jump on him, but it's none of their business because it's supposed to be Crip business. But that's called straddling the fence. But anyway, so I go to the gym. They think like I'm straddling the fence. No, I'm a loc. I'll tell y'all that off the rip, right? So it was a 6-0 homeboy. We called him Boo Boo on Beto. He ended up coming to Ferguson, and he changed his name to Cuckoo. Ended up getting in a ride, Crip Blood ride with my partner Zoe and them, man. But look, anyway, he come to me, he tell me like, man, what's up? I'm like, what you mean, what's up? He was like, well, man, we know you Muslim from the world. The whoop, the whoop, whoop, the whoop. And they're like, man, we just want to know where you stand, man. You can't, either you gonna be a Crip, man, or you gonna be a Muslim. So I tell him off the rip, nigga, it's always understood with me. I already told y'all, and everybody know that I'm a loc. That's just understood. Because one thing I understand is you can't serve two masters. There's no way possible you can serve two masters. And he was like, man, we just want to know, man, because we want you to, basically choose sides, which there's no side to choose. But them two reasons right there, and that really kind of like solidified it because, even though I did never have any intention on becoming religious in the penitentiary because I'm already here. That's the way I think. That's the way I feel. Now, there's no knock on anybody else on how they feel. If they feel like turning to religion and that'll better their life, that'll make them feel better inside, then, hey, go on about it. Hey, be my guest, man, But my thing was, I'm here now. I'm here now. So I got to ride this on out. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. So that right there, them two reasons right there, I would never, ever feel or be inferior to anyone on any level whatsoever. Period. And I'm going to leave it like that. Say, I want to jump into something else right fast, though, man. I'm watching First 48 yesterday, right? Actually, they was in Memphis. They was in Memphis, right? And they found 6 bodies. I'm called this like, who can you trust? So you gotta pay attention to the story. You gotta ride with me through the story. Who can you trust? Y'all jump in them comments. Who can you trust? And do you think you can actually really trust them? Who can you trust? This story is crazy. So, I'm up late last night. I ain't got nothing to watch, so I'm watching First 48, right? And so like I say, they go into a house. There's 6 bodies deceased. Right? 4 adults, 2 kids. This is in Memphis, Tennessee. 4 adults, 2 kids. One of them was a 2-year-old kid. And there was 2 more kids that was brutally assaulted, and they end up living. So I'm gonna tell you about that. So they taking tips from Crime Stoppers. Somebody come in and say that old boy and his brother supposed to rob the high-ranking GD member in Memphis, right? Just threw him under the bus. So they go talk to his brother, and his brother like, nah. He like, well, my brother GD, he missed the meeting, so he put it on the GDs, right? So they turn around with like, well, who's the ranking member such, or who is this guy Black? This guy Black, his name keep popping up. So they jam up Black like, oh look, I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't got no issue with dude. Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So they turn around and get a confidential informant who was a former GD, and they asking him, why would the GDs wipe out a whole family? I mean, we didn't seen a bunch of GD homicides here, but why would they take out a whole family? So obviously they got something in their protocol in Memphis where it's called a blackout. So I don't know what you got to do. But if you get a blackout, that means your whole family got to go. That's what that means, right? So they put all the heat on that, right? So they go talk to the little 9-year-old. He survived. He was, got poked in the chest, poked all upside the head, bludgeoned, all of that. Mind you, it was 4 adults, 2 children lost their lives that day, right? So when it all come down, right, they talk to the little boy finally, and the little boy tell them, Junior did it. So they're like, Junior? Junior is his uncle. Now y'all follow the story. Junior is his uncle. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like. Junior is his uncle. So Junior just got out the penitentiary. Junior did 14 years on I think they said it was a 2nd-degree homicide or whatever. He just did 14 years in the joint, right? So he say him and his brother, his brother went and picked him up from work. They arguing the whole time. When this is when it all falls down. After they done figured everything out. After the boy that told him Junior way. So he go to telling them, we argued all the way home, this and that. And we got to the house. He say his brother had a strap, right? He say, so when his brother put the strap down, he just started busting. So he smoked his brother. He smoked his brother baby mama that he had 4 kids with that was at the house. They had his brother partner was over there, and his brother partner was over there with his girl. Smoked all 4 of them. So they like, why did you do the kids? He say, they seen me. That's his nephews and nieces. He say, so, I yiked them. What? He say, cause his nephews and nieces. I'm like, how disturbed can you be? Look, so 2 of them he bludgeoned. You know what I'm saying? And man, y'all jump in them comments, man. How crazy is that, man? I mean, like, what could you be thinking about? To smoke your own brother and your nephews and nieces. And he said he went and got a butcher knife out the kitchen, man, and he yiked them, right? But 2 of them survived. One of them told it. The oldest told it. The 9-year-old, right? He told what happened, right? And he murked everybody. Like, everybody. And you know why he was so angry? See, this is the thing. You know why he was so angry? Because he went to the penitentiary and did 14 years, and he was mad at his family because he said his family didn't do enough for him. This is what his sister said. When he came home, he was angry. And he was angry at his family because his family didn't do enough for him when he went to the penitentiary. What y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Because let me tell you what I think about it. And I sat up in there for 21 years, right? Hey, shout out my brother Yusuf, man. He rode them 21 years with me too, boy. Straight up. But the thing is, when you out here, you doing crime, you are doing crime. That's on you. That ain't nobody, that's not on nobody else. Your family don't have to be locked up because you locked up. Them are the decisions and the choices that you choose to make and that you have to live with. But now you angry because of the choices you made to put you in a certain situation where you got so much animosity and hatred in your heart for your own blood that you would do something like that. Who can you trust when your own flesh and blood, your brother, would do you like that? And his mama still forgave him. She told him, baby, don't cry, I love you. After losing a son and her grandbabies. Who can you trust? Huh? Y'all tell me, who can you trust, man? Who can you trust? That was sad, man. But don't nobody owe you nothing. You choose to make these decisions that will put you in a penitentiary. Then you deal with them decisions. You deal with that. That's all on you. Don't nobody owe you nothing. And don't nobody gotta help you. Because you know what you signed up for. You know. And you signed up for a lonely, damn hell of a life. Hey, y'all make sure y'all smash that subscribe button. Y'all smash that like button. Y'all jump up in them comments. Appreciate y'all like always, man. And yo, I'm out, man. Muhammad Speaks.